So, I was born in the 90s, which means any video that was taken of me as a child was on analog tape.
Action. Cut. Action.
And if I want to view them, I have to use a VCR. Despite VCR production ending in 2016, VHS is still being sold and collected and coveted by collectors today. And of course, we all have these home movies from the 80s and 90s that people have these personal attachments to. But we're running out the clock on the shelf life of a lot of these tapes. VHS has a lifespan of about 25 years, give or take. It's 2025 today, and I think we're well past the expiration date on this stuff. So it's really important we should be digitizing these. But before you do, you should look at how the elements have affected this magnetic tape. If it's been sitting in your basement for years, there's a chance you could do some serious damage to your VCR or your other VHS tapes. A common problem, especially for how old VHS tapes are, is this bit of mold that you see collecting on the outside of the tape. This happens a lot in all different kinds of analog tape due to improper storage. Here's a few examples from the VHS subreddit. I found some moldy tapes in my parents' basement. This one being me and my sister from Christmas time when we were kids. This is an irreplaceable tape. Like, if this is damaged, it's gone forever. I also have this old recording of a Rolling Stones concert in 3D that my dad taped off the television, and he kept these 3D glasses with it too. This one's not too bad, but there is a bunch of stuff built up here on the reel that I would love to take out. There hasn't really been an easy or great way to clean moldy VHS tapes. At the height of VCR technology, VHS wasn't around long enough to get moldy, so there wasn't a lot of thought around that issue. There are some more professional video cleaners still around that go for like thousands of dollars. Not really feasible for someone just digitizing their home movies. And then there's vintage VHS rewinders that have built-in cleaners that are going for so much money on eBay, and they're just as old as these moldy VHS tapes. So a lot of collectors clean their moldy tapes by running it through an old spare VCR. Example here by Dustin Kramer on YouTube. You take the top off and you play the VHS through the machine while dragging a little cleaning cloth alongside the tape while it runs along the guides. I don't really love this method because you can really gunk up the tape heads on your VCR, and like I said, they don't make VCRs anymore, so it's a precious commodity. So I've been looking for a VHS cleaning solution for some time. Other than the fact that my early life was documented on VHS, I do some amateur archiving and digitizing in my spare time, and perhaps for nostalgic reasons, I still do love watching that format. So finally last year, a website called VHS is Life showed off this custom-built machine made specifically for cleaning moldy VHS tapes.
I just finally decided there had to be a better way. So I sat down and started figuring out, designing what I wanted for myself for a tool that made it easier to clean mold off of the tapes. And now we have the cleaner.
Tony Crouch runs the VHS is Life website and has been building his VHS cleaners since May 2024. And as soon as I found out about this, I had to grab one.
The machine's 3D printed. It uses just a variety of electronics. They work pretty simply in the fact that you take the spools out of your shell. You can place them on the spindles as you see there. The motors have spindles that will allow the spool to sit on there that turn it. And then the tape itself will go around the cleaning pad. There's 2 posts so that you can clean one side at a time. There's a directional switch on the front that chooses whether to make it go forward or backwards, and then there's a speed control to allow you to adjust the speed to spool it slowly, or once you get comfortable and get the tape going, you can crank it up where it moves pretty fast, which is another advantage over using a VCR is, once you use it enough, you can go through tapes quite a bit quicker with the cleaner.
Tony also added the ability for the cleaner to connect to a third-party vacuum or dust collector to suck up all those particles so it doesn't go into the air or wherever. As soon as Tony posted the first model of the cleaner, it got a lot of attention from the VHS collectors community.
I've sold over 620 units. I've shipped to over 15 countries. As of today, I've got a wait list of about 160 people.
After a bunch of requests from customers, Tony has also started to sell spindles for other media like Betamax, 8mm video, VHS-C, and other types of analog tape, which has made things significantly more accessible for archival projects.
The Smithsonian Institute, they purchased a unit and they use it in their video archives. Quite a few universities use it. When I offered it to the public, I thought, well, I might sell 20 or 30 of them. I had no clue. So it's taken off and it's become a business, whether I wanted it to or not.
What's really great about this is Tony keeps the price pretty low. The cleaner machine and the vacuum attachment cost me only $140 altogether, and then $10 extra for these little Betamax attachments.
I don't do it to pay my bills. I do it as what I feel like is a contribution to the VHS community. I just want to see as many tapes and home memories, whether it's a Friday the 13th or your kid's birthday. Let's keep it out of the trash and keep it for years to come.
So how did the cleaner handle my moldy tapes? Okay, now we're ready. Okay, before we even finish, you can see there's so much mold caked on this side of the reel, and the clean side took most of it out. You can still see a little bit here or here. Once we go through the other side of the tape, it should take it all out. Before we switch the tape to the opposite side, I just want to clean off all this mold that collected on the spool. I'm also going to clean the inside of the cartridge because you can see there's a lot of mold spores in there too. For my own tapes, I really only needed to do one pass on the cleaner for each side. After that, all the mold spores were completely gone.
There you go, looking clean.
Looking clean. If your tapes are especially contaminated, you might need another pass. And just like that, I now feel comfortable popping this into my VCR.
Taking a picture of you. Smile. How old are you? What's that? 4. Right.
I ended up pretty happy with the results of the VHS cleaner, and it kind of made me want to go and find moldy tapes on like eBay so I can clean them up and see what's on them. Or reach out to any friends who have any kind of analog tape that needs restoration. It's a gadget that keeps on giving, saving home movies before it's too late. This machine is coming at a critical point in the lifespan of VHS. And according to Tony, it has already saved a bunch of families' home movies from being gone for good. Hopefully this also leads to more digitizing of media that has never been properly archived. Tony says he hopefully can make a version 2 of this machine that has a bigger surface area to fit larger media formats. But mold is really only one problem with the decay of VHS tapes. With the way the technology works, even just playing the tape too many times is going to wear down the quality. And like I said, there's no new VCRs anymore, and it's becoming more rare to find one in working order. So though this machine will preserve your media a little longer, I still do recommend digitizing them as soon as possible. So why do I still keep my tapes after digitizing? Well, technology keeps evolving. When I first digitized tapes, I converted these to like 240p on my old PC. Thankfully, I kept them around with some upgraded gear, digitized to 480p. Now with this video scaler, I'm up to 1080p. Hopefully I'll get to 4K at some point. Maybe eventually there'll be a better way to restore these. But each time, it's another pass through the VCR. So I still want to keep these tapes in great condition, and I certainly don't want to throw them away. But perhaps I'm just being nostalgic.
Hi, Andrew. Hello. All right, play that thing. Uh-oh.